Hello, you guys. Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. We are here for a Kenya Has Thoughts. We have things to discuss. Most of the things that I'm going to talk about in this Kenya Has Thoughts, I have talked about in depth over on my Patreon. I do podcasts on my Patreon where basically I take one or two topics and I literally beat them to death. I beat them to death and get all my thoughts out about them, but I'm going to come and give you guys the cliff notes. Let's start with Monique. Monique, the comedian, Monique, the actress, Monique, the Oscar winner. With Monique, I believe we have a case of you can be right and be dead ass wrong at the exact same time. Monique did an interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay that I did not watch because I do not think Shannon Sharpe is good at what Shannon Sharpe does. It's just not entertaining to me. It's just not my thing. So I completely passed over that. I also, in the year 2024, don't really care much about Monique's calls. I just don't think there's any resolution to it. I always love seeing Black women talk about not getting paid equally, but I just do not think there's a resolution with her, Tyler Perry, Oprah. Everything already happened with Netflix. She has a Netflix special. I don't know why I need to continue to be on the hamster wheel. So I'm also not that interested in that. Coming off the Cat Williams interview where Cat Williams unloaded a clip on everybody in the comedian world, I really didn't need to hear Monique come at Tiffany Haddish, come at DL Hughley. It just seemed like we were doing the same thing over and over again. And I just didn't have no interest in it. That's just me on me. I did not have any interest in any of that. But all of that happened. Monique talks about everything that happened with Precious, not wanting to promote Precious at Cannes because she wasn't paid to, the issue, Tyler Perry, Oprah. Anyways, after all of that happens, her son makes a TikTok talking about his relationship with Monique, because Monique said in the Club Shay Shay interview that she did not have a relationship with her oldest son. Her oldest son is not from her current husband, who she calls daddy. Her oldest son is with another man, and then she has 3 boys with the man she calls daddy, which is her current husband. And so that kind of got the wheels moving here. I am never going to be on the side of a parent whose child is claiming to have been abandoned by them. I just think there is a way to handle that. When Shalon, her eldest son, when he said that he wasn't raised by Monique, Monique always put the responsibility of raising him onto other people. He always felt like he was just like an add-on to their home, and they cared more about the 3 boys that they have. How can you not empathize with that? How can you not be like, that's something that really, really hurts? I think when it comes to him, Monique was at the beginning of her career. Her career was just taking off when she would have her oldest son. And she kind of had to keep hustling, right? She wanted to get to the top of the mountain. But then when she had her 3 boys, she had the opportunity where she could take a step back. She could raise them. And I think he's wondering why he and his presence wasn't enough to get her to stop. But these 3 boys did get that. They did get the time. They did get the effort. They did get the love poured into them. So of course, him at 30 plus now, he's going to feel resentment towards that. As someone who's getting old, you just look back on your life and you look at all the moments where you weren't treated fairly, or you're just like, ooh, I didn't deserve this. And that's the moment that he is having. But here's my thing. Monique should have immediately called her son on the phone and been like, let's talk. I think Monique immediately jumping on live with her husband says everything about them and less about the son, who they're now trying to paint as crazy or mentally ill. Why would you not be like, whoa, you feel this way, whether we think you should feel this way or not, we don't want you to feel this way. Why are you okay with your child disliking you? Why is that something okay with you? And then the issue I have with Monique and her husband is we are strangers. None of us really actually care about the well-being of Monique's son outside of us just wishing him well. We don't know him. And we also don't know the two of y'all. So you're explaining to strangers You're explaining to strangers your relationship with your son who, like, what is this? You just want all of us to be on your side, and that's not how you should act towards your children. We understand why the son did. The son explained that Monique has been doing interviews all of her career and on Club Shay Shay talking about him. So he feels like it's time for him to, get his story out. He's also the child here. So he's going to get on TikTok and let his stuff go. But Monique as the mother and then as the husband who you saying was an uncle to him, why won't y'all just pick up the phone and call him and be like, I'm sorry you feel like this? Because Monique won't give that pound of flesh. Monique does not want to give that pound of flesh. Monique wants to be all right. Monique wants to be all right. But here's my thing. I am on Monique's side with the Tyler Perry and Oprah stuff. I do not believe you should promote a movie when you're not being paid to promote that movie in certain countries. I am on her side there. I was on her side with Netflix as well. It's okay to be right about something and wrong about this, but Monique feels like she has to be all right. She has to be all right or no one's going to take up her calls. And it's just, this isn't a good look. So then the son comes back with another video and the son responds and says, like, why is your husband speaking for you? Exactly. They went out of their way in the video to say that the husband was not his dad. He doesn't want to be his dad. You can't call him dad, but he's addressing me. But therein lies the issue. Therein lies the issue. You get this man to do your bidding. And so he comes back and he says more stuff about how they're lying and they're not telling the truth. And this is the sick and twisted part. They post text messages from the son because now we're at a place where you believe this is a battle and we are the court of public opinion and we get to decide who's right or wrong. We're losing the plot here. Monique and her husband, y'all losing the plot. You're posting text messages to prove what to us? To prove what to us? If you take care of your child, it don't need to be all this. The fact that you're treating this like a heavyweight battle, like have your receipts, I got my receipts, actually says more about what your son is saying, how you view him. I just don't see a good parent going back and forth online with a child. I just don't see it that way unless there's something to hide. Like you're almost protesting too much. If it would be a one thing if you were ignoring this. At least if you were ignoring this, I could come up with, because I don't dislike Monique, I could come up with some idea that maybe you handling it behind the scenes, you don't want to embarrass him. I could do that. But the fact that you are going so hard trying to prove your point to strangers, we don't know these people, says more about y'all. And then now their new tactic is to say that he crazy. Their new tactic is to say that they crazy. Who does this to their child? Who does this to their child? Who does this to it's just more to his point that you guys do not see him as part of y'all main family unit. Because who does this? I wouldn't even do this to a friend. I definitely wouldn't do this to my child. So Monique, wrap it up. Monique, wrap it up. I don't know what else to say. This is not good. This is not good. This does not help your case. And here's the thing. I'm not one of those people who can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I'm still going to stand in the fact Monique is right about the stuff she's right about when it comes to her job. But she's dead fucking wrong about this. She's dead fucking wrong about this. And like, Monique, you better than this. You should be better than this. And you need to do right by your son. And also saying your son needs to reach out to you. Why does it not keep you up at night that your son don't like you? That would keep me up at night if my child didn't like me. And then saying you got him a car, we know you can throw money at it. Like he said that. He never said y'all didn't give him shit. Come on, be better. Let's move on to more exciting news. The queen is back. The queen is back. I told you guys in the last Kenya Has Thoughts that Beyoncé was going to do a Verizon commercial. I knew from the outfits, I said this in the past Kenya Has Thoughts, that something was coming. Like she just wasn't in her big old sheriff hat for no reason. And of course, Beyoncé has announced Act 2 is coming. I do not think it's called Renaissance Act 2. I think Act 1 is called Renaissance and Act 2 will be called something else. But anyways, with that, we got the Verizon commercial, which is so good, which is so good. Mama looks so good. And then we get two songs. We get Texas Hold'em and we get 16 Carriages. This is what I'm going to say. Both are excellent. Both are excellent. So 16 Carriages was like the clear winner for me. From night one, 16 Carriages was the clear winner. The songwriting, the vocal production, it's all so good. I'm going to be honest with you. It might be one of my favorite Beyonce singles. It might be one of my favorite Beyonce singles. But then, you know, once you don't play something out to death, you got to go back and see what else is on the buffet. So I was listening to Texas Hold'em on repeat. There's crack, methamphetamine, and heroin on Texas Hold'em. Those riffs, those little ad-libs, but the best part of Texas Hold'em, and you gotta listen to the whole song to appreciate the best part of Texas Hold'em. The end, boots, furs, spurs, photogenic, oh my god. And then if you take what happened with Renaissance, how like every song kind of bled into the other, I have to know what comes after Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em is the first song on the album. There is something that's about to knock me over the head after Texas. Like, you just hear the beat changing into something else, and I'm just like, the woman Beyonce is. After Usher's Super Bowl performance, which I thought was fine to good. I enjoyed it. You guys know I really like Usher. I'm gonna go see Usher on tour, even though, baby, I ain't got my tickets, baby. I ain't got my tickets. I'm gonna figure that out closer to the date, because I don't do ticket. If it ain't Beyonce, I'm not fooling with Ticketmaster too. I really have to. I went back and watched Beyonce's 2013 Super Bowl. And watching that, which is absolutely a masterclass in showmanship, I'm like, Beyonce did this 11 years ago. She headlined that Super Bowl 11 years ago, and it's so good. And I was just like, we hadn't gotten self-titled yet when she did that. Renaissance yet when she did that, The Gift yet when she did that, Lemonade, and then she's still coming back for more. That's the thing that is truly blowing me. That's the part no one wants to discuss. That 27 years into Beyonce's career, look at where we are. Now, there's online conversation. Beyonce is outside. And then you got people coming up with all types of theories why Beyonce is outside. I'm gonna be fucking honest with you. As a Hive member, Beyonce is doing the bare goddamn minimum. The bare minimum. Call me when she's booked a tiny desk. Okay? Call me when Architectural Digest go look inside that $200 million mansion. When she walking us through when I get to see Rumi and Sir Room, that's when you can tell me she's doing a lot. This is the bare minimum. Her walking outside and signing a couple autographs, that is the bare minimum. Because I'm a hag, I remember the days when Beyonce actually used to promote things. I remember coming home from school and hearing that Beyonce was on Tyra. I remember her doing Good Morning America. I remember real promotion. So, baby, this ain't nothing. Call me when Beyonce is hitting up the circuits. When she is hitting the circuits, when we are getting live performance, we still don't have videos. Like, she dropped 2 new singles and we ain't heard a word about a video. This is what y'all like, please, y'all come up with all types of conspiracies about Beyonce, like y'all know Beyonce. And I'm just like, Beyonce owes us this, okay? Beyonce owes the Hive this after we had to carry Renaissance on our goddamn own. Okay, but yes, of course, I am so excited. There's rumors that Beyonce is going on tour again. You have some people who say she's doing a residency in the Sphere. The Sphere disturbs my spirit. Y'all know I love Las Vegas, so I'll be there. I don't care what I have to pay. But the Sphere disturbs my spirit. Something about it I do not like. So I hope that's not true. But then she also could go on like an actual tour. I do not know. Of course I am going to be there. You have people who be like, she going on Beyonce only did 56 shows with the Renaissance tour. She should give us another goddamn 50. Go to work, mama. Anything else I want to discuss? No. Let's get on Usher's Super Bowl performance because I kind of skimmed past that. I told you I enjoyed Usher's Super Bowl performance. I think Usher is a good showman. Were there things I would tweak, change? Yes, of course. Go to the Patreon. I broke it all down. Things I would have changed about that, but I enjoy Usher. One thing I'm not about to ignore though, Alicia Keys. There is something, and I brought this up in a As Told by Kenya video years ago, like during, like when we was thick in the pandemic. It bothers me when people rehearse and an issue that had to be in rehearsal is not addressed before the live performance. And that's what bothers me the most about Alicia Keys' voice. Y'all had to rehearse this. Y'all had to rehearse. Of course, you have your walkthrough rehearsals, your sound rehearsals, your light rehearsals, but there is a moment in rehearsal where y'all do all of it. Where y'all do the vocal, y'all do the stage, y'all do the sound, you do the light. I refuse to believe Alicia Keys was just hitting them notes in rehearsal. I refuse, because there's two parts that piss me off. She does a hum that is completely off. The hum at the beginning is completely off. Then she opens up her mouth and then like just voice broke. And I'm just like, I like Alicia Keys, by the way. Beautiful woman. Great music. Prodigy. When she came out. You knew you didn't hit that note in rehearsal. You knew you didn't hit that note in rehearsal. Why didn't we rework something? That's what it bothers me when we don't rework things we saw didn't work in rehearsal. Why didn't we all come together and sit Alicia Keys down because we love the doll and be like, so girl, backtrack? Backtrack maybe? Change the key? Skip the note altogether? Who knows? Who knows? But this ain't gonna work. Let me help you help you. Help me help you. How we gonna fix this? And so y'all let her go out there, her voice crack. Looked beautiful. I love the red. I love the piano. But it didn't have to be that. It didn't all week people was like, Alicia Keys' voice gonna suck. And then, so you hear the noise. You hear the noise. Why prove them right? Why? I already don't like My Boo. She was perfectly fine in My Boo, but I don't like that song, so that didn't make up for it. That didn't make up for it to me. So that annoyed me. Next thing I want to discuss is financial literacy. So Jason Tatum, who is a player for the Boston Celtics, he got on something and said that he was going to help people who are in poverty learn some financial literacy, gain some financial literacy. Jason Tatum, keep it. Jason Tatum, keep it. Here, people always point out that poor people aren't poor because they're dumb. Poor people are poor because they don't have money. Like, there's haves and there have-nots and there have-nots. But there's another thing I want to point out when rich people talk about financial literacy that seems to get overlooked. Rich people also don't have financial literacy. Rich people are not out here just schooling the game. Rich people just make a lot of money. The reason why people like Jason Tatum and other rich, successful people are able to have money is because they make so much money. The best way in America to have money is to make a lot of fucking money consistently. And that is what Jason Tatum is able to do. But these rich people do not do well with money. People who are not even rich and mega famous, so they'll get swarmed at airports, take private jets for no fucking reason. How is that good financial literacy? You should go put your ass in first class Delta, but you don't because you got money to blow. You got money to blow. You're spending money making sure you have the entire floor of a hotel fully booked so no one knows where you are. That's what they do. You're spending money on clothes, shoes. You got 8 cars you can't even drive. 8 cars and you can't even drive. You got houses you don't even go to. Like, y'all not good with money either. But y'all not being good with money, number one, when you are rich in the capitalistic world that we live in, you are protected in so many ways. So buying a bunch of houses that you don't be in, driving a bunch of cars that you don't know how to drive, you can get tax incentives. You can can write certain things. Also, like, things help you. This country is set up to help you. And then after you make a whole bunch of poor financial decisions and the stock market crashes, the economy crashes, you get bailouts. So then, once you already fucked up your money, people then come help you. The government and the banks and all that, you get help. When you have more money, you get approved for high credit lines. Like, you just get more. You get more help. Being rich is easy. It's easy to continue to be rich once you have money because the world starts working in your favor. If you ever been really broke and then got a couple dollars in your bank account, have you ever noticed how it seems like the world is not fighting against you anymore? I remember being in college and being really, really broke, and it felt like at every single turn, something was like stopping me. Like, everybody wanted a battle with me. Every single thing I did, there was a battle. But the minute you get a little bit of financial freedom, things just start to move quite easily. It's easy to get a car. It's easy to get a credit card. It's easy. And it's just like, it's not because I'm doing anything differently. I'm just making more money than I was and that's the thing. But when you lay in your bed at night and you realize you're a have and not a have not, if you're a good person, I guess, you kind of stay up at night when you're seeing the extreme amounts of poverty, when you're seeing all of this stuff, and you're like, why don't these people live the way I live? And so you start to come up with excuses. You try to be like, oh, the reason why they don't have anything is because they don't save their money. But it's disgusting when black people spew this because it's a right-wing dog whistle. It's a right-wing talking point. It's y'all buying Jordans and that's why y'all kids don't have food. Like, it's one of those, like, it's just steeped in anti-blackness that just black people are just bad with money and have bad priorities and that's why they don't have no money. But public assistance is being cut at all levels. Healthcare not available to a lot of people. Like, groceries up, rent up. Like, all this stuff is up and you telling people they just need financial literacy? No, they need money. They need jobs that pay better. That's what they need, and it's nasty. Blaming people for their own poverty is nasty work, and you know better. Anyways, that's the end of Kenya Has Thoughts for this week. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.